Welcome again. This is another status stream with Shadow. Sorry for not streaming for 3 weeks because I was burned out with my journey of learning, but I think I will get back here soon right now. So for last week, uh, we have finished the entire Explore Windows Editions module of the course MD 102, and we will continue with the third unit from that point on. So let's continue. And hope I'm choosing the right, correct. I hope I'm choosing the right window here, but yeah, I think I got it. So for last week, this one, I finished introduction, uh, abilities, um, let's see. Uh, So this is what we finished last time. We the next will be I like this one. So continue with the third unit of the Explore Windows Editions module, which is Select Client Edition. Windows 11 and previous editions run on several devices or form factors. However, not all editions of Windows can run on all device types. This discussion will help you decide which form factor and edition of Windows to choose in different scenarios. I don't know what form factor is, so maybe I will ask Google about that. It will allow me to search, but I think I will search the given the following information, which is this one. Search the web. It is what is on to in this content. I hope it will search the web with the fast model because usually Gemini sucks when it comes to intelligence. And if I use like ChatGPT, it would just automatically search the web to confirm the answer instead of just spewing everything out from the internal brain. But it looks like Gemini does have some source to refer to here. Form factor refers to the physical size, shape, and hardware configuration of computing device. Microsoft discusses Windows running on different form factors. They're describing the various types of hardware designs that the operating system is optimized to support. Because different work environments require different levels of portability and power, Windows is built to adapt its interface and functionality to suit each specific physical design. Well, so maybe it's something like, but yeah, there are Windows 11 smartphones as well, but it's just not as popular as Android. Justice design, Justice is the type of device, so it can be a laptop, desktop, or smartphone, or a mini PC. Physical dimension, chassis design, input methods, internal layout. Our components like the motherboard, battery, cooling systems are arranged to fit the device's shape. Yep, desktop PC, the desktop PC is the form factor of choice in businesses where the need for high performance is predominant, such as computer-aided design (CAD). Well, I know about CAD. My dad used like Autodesk, AutoCAD to design electrical stuff, electrical engineering. Like we have different wires, how to do the wiring to fit the requirements of certain implementations, to fit the requirements of businesses or certain households, and they pay for, they pay people for this because it's important for safety and for convenience and for the like the amount of electricity they want to go through to their household. So they will need someone for custom design if they are either an enterprise or a rich person who wants like a specific implementation for their like mansion, their big mansion. Laptop. Traditionally, traveling users were the primary users of laptops. However, recent laptop sales have surpassed desktop PC sales because of increasing workforce mobility, many employees shifting to work at home scenarios, many employees shifting to work at home scenarios, and superior laptop performance. When a consumer uses a laptop as an office computer, adding an external keyboard, mouse, and monitor can remedy the lack of workplace ergonomics. But I will research this because I don't understand. Give this information searching web and what is place on the big is if the keyboard is at the correct height for your hands, the screen is too low, forcing you to hunch your neck. Well, that is one way to improve the quality of life of working because if placement of the outlines are too important to is too much of and like inappropriate for the working condition, then we must like improve the condition with these methods such as an external monitor or an external keyboard. But as a car person, I'm streaming with just a laptop, my desk. So I don't think there's much to do here because I'm just a regular office person and I'm trying to, I guess I would try to improve my posture or my quality of life in working when I have more money or when I'm older. Like when I'm old, my body will probably worsen and some things like my arm, necks might suffer from bad quality of life under like bad placement of appliances. So that would be, I think that would be a perfect time to, that would be a perfect time to start looking for stuff that can improve the quality of life, such as a new, like, in Vietnamese, it's called. Sometimes I have to ask what what English a certain what something is called in English because I don't know the right term in English, so I have to search. Yeah, a screen stand. It's basically a stand, firstly a stand, and then in my workplace, there are some person that has like an extra higher table put on top of the original original table, like to make their computer higher, to raise the height of the computer, and then they would do all the working standing, standing and work, likely to prevent um, like the like these consequences when we sit for too long. So that's all at the working quality of life. Let's continue. And didn't even know, I didn't even expect that this would be related to something like workplace ergonomics. Rarely used word, but hard to pronounce. But I probably have to get used to that. Use that. Then there comes tablet. Tablets are famous for reading emails, doing presentations, or as entertainment devices. The latest developments bring improved performance, but still lack the possibility of expansion. Yeah, my sister has a tablet for drawing and for scrolling TikTok, but mainly she used her cell phone for browsing TikTok. And for the tablet, uh, I think she rarely use it for actual actual presentation or writing documentation and stuff because she has a laptop for that. But I don't think it was worth to buy a huge iPad for that. But I guess that's what she wants. So maybe that's okay to her. Hybrid. The popularity of tablets has The popularity of tablets has led to the innovation of hybrid device. A hybrid device converts from a standard laptop to a tablet. Hybrid devices are more popular than tablets among users whose work involves typing. These devices also offer better performance than typical tablets. Devices like the Surface Pro have a tablet form factor, but the keyboard cover allows the device to become a laptop. So it's the type of the laptop that all the CPU or disk or RAM or stuff are on the screen. And because of that, the screen can be like detached from the keyboard or the other flipping part of a laptop. And it can be detached and used like a touch device. I have seen a device like that before, so I know about this. But I think there will be a trade-off for that. Let's see. Let's ask Gemini about this. Given this information. Answer, search the web, and answer the question. These types of usually have their friends. This all of their industry on the green part of the back of the touchable on the keyboard, which are detachable from the keyboard to be used as a touch device tablet. Is there any trade or limitations of this uh, compared to traditional jobs? Enter. Aha. So it's called a two-in-one laptop. It's several two-in-ones. In a traditional laptop, the heat-generating components are in the base, away from your hands and the delicate screen. In the detachable, everything is packed behind the display to prevent the screen from overheating or become too hard to touch. These devices often use low power processors or throttle the CPU during intensive tasks. Limited cooling, there is less physical space for large fans or heat pipes, meaning they generally cannot match the sustained high performance of a similarly priced traditional laptop. Laptopability and ergonomics. What is laptopability? Ah, I know. I get it. I sometimes uh put I sometimes sit my laptop on my lap so that I can read stuff or read comics and stuff. So I kind of understand what type of this kind can do. And since the screen holds all the weight, detachable hybrids are top heavy. Unlike a traditional laptop that balances on your legs, a detachable often requires a kickstand. This makes them difficult to use on actual laps. More airplane tray tables are uneven surfaces. The detachable keyboard covers are also thinner and can feel bouncy or less stable when typing compared to a solid laptop base. Limited upgradability and repairability. Soldered components keep the tablet portion thin and light. Almost all components are soldered onto the motherboard. You usually cannot upgrade them later. These devices are often held together with strong adhesives rather than screws. This makes opening them for simple repairs, like repairing a degraded battery, extremely difficult and expensive, often requiring a full unit replacement. Battery and ports, smaller batteries, space constraints, space constraints in the screen portion often result in smaller batteries compared to traditional laptops of the same size. Few ports because the sides of the tablet must remain thin, you often lose out on a variety. You might only get one or two USB-C ports, whereas a traditional laptop might offer HDMI, multiple use USB-A ports, and SD card slots. Well, that's what's wrong, but I guess it's understandable because the space of the ports, I think that it's understandable because the parts probably won't be on the keyboard compartment, like on the flippable part of the keyboard. And I still don't know what that called. Uh, 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 mm, mm. Yeah, the lid and the base. I can't believe my grammar of this is so bad. So the lid and the base. The base is the keyboard part along which with a touchpad or some ports on the side. The lid contains the screen, maybe some camera, and some maybe on some like devices it may contain a mic next to the webcam. Hinge is the connector. Well, let's continue. We wasted too much time on this. Xbox. The Xbox is the device that is most popular for gaming and entertainment. HoloLens. The HoloLens is one of the first holographic computers. It has many uses for educational purposes, design and construction businesses. Surface Hub. Surface Hub is a large format touch-friendly monitor used in meetings. Oh, my throat is already sore. I think it's time to take a break. See you in 5 minutes, I guess. Hello. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yes. Let's continue with the old purpose, and then we will end the stream today because I'm quite tired. HoloLens. The HoloLens is one of the first holographic computers. It has many uses for educational purposes, design and constructing businesses. Surface Hub. The Surface Hub is a large format touch-friendly monitor used in meetings. 32-bit and 64-bit editions. Windows 11 is only available in 64-bit. Desktop editions of Windows 10 are available in both 32-bit and 64-bit versions. However, starting with Windows 10 2004 update, OEMs selling new devices are only sold with 64-bit editions. Existing devices with Windows 10 32-bit installation will continue to receive updates. Most devices
Devices.
Most devices in use today have 64-bit architectures. If you install a 32-bit edition of Windows 10 on 60-bit processor architecture, the operating system doesn't take advantage of any 64-bit processor architecture, feature, or functionality. Most notable is that 32-bit editions of Windows can address over 4 gigabyte of memory. 64-bit editions of Windows require 64-bit drivers. Most device manufacturers no longer offer a 32-bit driver on new products. You can install a 64-bit driver on a 32-bit edition of Windows, even if the device's architecture is 64-bit. 64-bit edition of Windows supports running native 32-bit and 64-bit application. 64-bit applications can run on the 32-bit edition of Windows 10. 16-bit applications would run natively on Windows 10 64-bit editions. 32-bit editions of Windows should only be installed on legacy hardware or drivers that only support 32-bit architectures or when 16-bit Windows applications are used in the organization. Given the significant Given the significant trade-offs of not using 64-bit, organizations should consider a solution such as virtualization to support legacy apps as an alternative. As an alternative scenarios, sensitive to significant changes, doesn't receive features update. Yeah, since this company needs something like that's are slow to change and stable, they should use the enterprise LTSC uh, uh, edition because it doesn't receive feature update and it minimizes change to the OS. Second is which edition of best suited to protect data is Pro. Pro has BitLocker, though BitLocker is quite useless because it's breakable and it's not as like penetrable as it's it's more than penetrable. Like Apple devices are has better security than BitLocker. For example, Fivefold is better than BitLocker because uh, it takes a lot of more effort to crack the security of Apple devices. So there are three: ensure the remote connections is secure and managed efficiently. Advanced security features, which enterprise direct access, credential guard, application guard. Yep, so that's all the scenarios. It is time to end the story because I'm a bit busy now, so see you later.